The rain had just begun to fall when my shift ended at the diner. I was already exhausted, shoes soaked, arms aching from a double shift. Being a single mom meant there was no off switch. I worked, I cleaned, I parented, and I survived. My name's Tasha. Life hadn't been kind, but I still believed in kindness. I was on my way home, hoping my 8-year-old son, Malik, hadn't fallen asleep waiting for me, when I saw it. A sleek, black luxury car stalled on the side of the road, hazard lights blinking like a distress call. Most people in my neighborhood would have walked past. Rich folks rarely notice people like us. But something about the man pacing beside the car, the frustration on his face, the way he kicked his tire like it had betrayed him, made me stop. "Need a hand?" I asked, tucking my umbrella under my arm. He looked up, startled. His suit was soaked, his shoes definitely not made for puddles. "I don't suppose you're a mechanic?" "No," I said, offering a small smile. "But I've jump-started enough cars to keep mine alive longer than it should be." He hesitated, then nodded. "Battery's dead. I left the lights on." I pulled my old Honda up beside him, attached the jumper cables like I'd done 100 times before, and waited as the engine sputtered and finally roared to life. "That's incredible," he said, genuinely surprised. "You saved me." I shrugged. "Just glad I could help. Take care." As I turned to leave, he stopped me. "Wait, please. Let me at least get you a coffee or something. It's the least I can do." Normally I'd say no, but something in his tone made me pause. So we sat in his car, heater blasting, sipping gas station coffee and talking. His name was Ethan. He was a venture capitalist, apparently successful, the kind of man who flew first class and dined in glass towers. "I was on my way to a meeting that could decide my company's future," he admitted, "and I nearly lost it all over a dead battery." "I get that," I said. "Life tends to fall apart when you least expect it." We talked longer than I expected. About business, about life, about being tired of pretending. Then as I reached for my coffee, the sleeve of my jacket pulled back, revealing the modest ring on my finger. Ethan froze. "That ring," he said slowly. "Where did you get that?" I blinked, confused. "My mother's. She passed when I was 19. "Why?" He stared at it like it held secrets. Then he whispered, "That ring belonged to Althea Green. She was engaged to my father before he disappeared." I laughed awkwardly. "Althea Green is my mom. She raised me alone. Never spoke much of my father. Said he was just gone." His hands trembled. "That makes you—" I looked up, the truth landing between us like a thunderclap. He opened his wallet and pulled out a worn photo, a younger version of my mother, smiling beside a man with Ethan's eyes. "My father," he said quietly, "was your father too." The silence in the car became deafening. "So, we're siblings?" "Half-siblings, raised on opposite ends of fortune, one in luxury, one in struggle." We drove in silence. When we reached my home, a modest apartment lit with warmth, Malik ran out and hugged me tight. "Who's he?" he asked, eyeing Ethan with curiosity. "A friend," I said softly. "Maybe more than that." Over the next few weeks, Ethan came around often. At first to talk, then to learn, then to stay. He didn't treat me like charity. He treated me like a missing piece. He paid off my rent quietly, fixed my car permanently, offered me a job I didn't ask for, managing a foundation in our mother's name. A foundation he wanted me to lead. "I used to wonder what legacy meant," he said one night, sitting on our worn couch. "Turns out it meant finding the family you never knew you needed." And as Malik curled beside him, asleep, I looked at the ring on my finger, once a symbol of what was lost, and realized it had brought us full circle. Life may not always be fair, but sometimes when the storm hits, kindness becomes the bridge, and a jumpstart leads to a reunion no heart could have imagined.